Okay, so we're going to talk about how we use long division to divide polynomials. So basically, long division of polynomials, it's just like how you learned to do long division whenever you learned how to do long division, whatever grade that was that you learned how to do long division is. I'm going to find out how many times the divisor goes into the dividend, multiply, subtract, and do it all over again. It's still the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to find out how many times it goes in there, multiply by the whole thing, subtract it, and then get a new thing for it to divide into over and over and over again. However, if it's a quadratic, I want to see, because sometimes it's simpler. It can be simpler if it can factor. So if I have a quadratic that factors, I'm going to try and do that one first, because if it factors, it's so much easier. So if I look at the example I have here, I can factor x squared plus, and by the way, they're both the same problem, just written different ways. So one's with the divide sign and one's as a fraction. They both mean divide. So you'll see them either way. So if I can factor the numerator, I'm going to do that first. So I know I can factor x squared plus 7x plus 12. And I know that it factors to x plus 4 times x plus 3, all divided by x plus 3, right? Okay. So now, oh, don't worry, we're going to go over long division. Okay, so we're going to go over it. And then I have an x plus 3 on the top and an x plus 3 on the bottom. That makes a 1. So my answer is x plus 4. So if it factors, if I can factor it and then I have the same number on top and the same on the bottom, makes it so much easier. However, probably 90% of the time that doesn't work. Just so you guys know. Doesn't work very often. But if it does work, it's so much easier. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do division. One is just the straight long division, how we've learned how to do it forever. The second way, I was trying to find, I like to put pictures in here for you guys so it's a little visual. And I was looking and I found this picture and I was like, what the heck is this? And I started looking at it and it kind of blew my mind. And then I sent it to Miss Martinova and she was like, I'm like, have you ever seen this before? And she was like, no. And we both were kind of like, what the heck? This is so, I'm not going to say so much easier, but it's kind of is on some of the problems. Some of the problems, it's a lot easier. Some of the problems, the setup is not worth it. So I'm going to show you both ways today. And then you guys can choose which way you want to do it, okay? Either way. So here we go. We're going to do long division first. By the way, x squared plus 7x plus 10 does factor, but it doesn't factor to anything that x plus 3 goes into. It just factors to x plus 2 times x plus 5, so it doesn't simplify. So it doesn't do me any good to factor it. So I'm just going to do long division. So I'm going to put it inside the little house, the little division house. So I've got x squared plus 7x plus 10. Please make sure you guys are asking questions if you have them as we go along. So then on the outside, I've got x plus 3. Okay? Are you okay so far? Not too bad, right? So the first thing I want to ask myself is how many times does x go into x squared? Or what is x squared? Sorry, that was wrong. What is x squared divided by x? Or I can say, what do I multiply x by to get x squared? Either way works. How many times does x go into x squared? Or what do I multiply x by to get x squared? Either way, the answer is x. Okay? X times x is x squared, right? Yeah, just x. So then I'm going to multiply, right? So once I've got that number, once I have that number, I multiply. And because this is a binomial, it's got two terms, I have to multiply that x by both terms. So I've got x times x is x squared, and x times 3 is 3x. So basically I'm distributing the x through both the x plus 3. Questions so far? Are we okay? And then the next step in long division is to subtract. So I'm going to subtract everything. Beautiful. And yes, I put parentheses around it because that subtract sign has got to go to everything in there. So I've got x squared minus x squared is 0. And 7x minus 3x gives me 4x. And then I bring down the 10. Questions? Now I'm going to do it all over again. So what do I multiply x by to get 4x? Well, a positive 4. So now I'm going to multiply again. 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times 3 is 12. And I subtract. So 4x minus 4x is 0. And 10 minus 12 is negative 2. Okay. So this is how I write my answer. So this equals x plus 4 minus 2 divided by x plus 3. Questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So, when you did the 7x and the 3x, like why is there an x there, but not when you dropped to 10 down, you didn't put an x there?
Why is there an x here with this 3?
Yeah, why is there an x there with 3, but not with the 12?
Because, honey, when I distribute the x here, so I'm distributing, right? So x times x is x squared, and x times 3 is 3x. And then when I distribute the 4, x times 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 3 is 12. Did that help? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? Okay, we're going to do long division one more time. This one's a little longer because it's an x cubed instead of an x squared, but it's still the same thing. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to set it up the same way. So I've got 6x cubed minus 2x squared minus x plus 1 divided by x plus 3. Okay. So what do I multiply x by to get 6x cubed? Well, that would be 6x squared. So 6x squared times, right, I'm distributing it through both of these. So 6x squared times x is 6x cubed. And 6x squared times 3 is 18x squared. And then I'm going to subtract it. So the 6's go away because it's 0. And then negative 2x minus negative 2x squared minus 18x squared gives me negative 20x squared. And then I bring down what's left, negative x plus 1. Now I ask myself, what do I multiply x by to get negative 20x squared? Well, that would be negative 20x. And now I'm going to distribute that negative 20 to both terms. So negative 20x times x is negative 20x squared. And negative 20x times 3 is negative 60x. And then, of course, I'm going to subtract it. I'll tell you where most people mess up on here is subtracting. Oh. Are you okay, John? You got it? Okay, you said never mind 3 times, so I'm assuming you got it. Okay, so where most people mess up is they don't subtract the second one. They subtract the first term, but they don't subtract the second one. So make sure you're subtracting both terms when we're on the subtraction step. So negative 20x squared minus a minus 20x squared is 0. And then negative x minus a minus 60x is, 59x. And then I bring down the 1. Okay? Now what do I multiply x by to get 59x? Well, that would be 59. I distribute again. 59 times x is 59x. And 59 times 3 is 177. Subtract, and I get negative 176. So my remainder is minus 176 divided by x plus 3. Questions?
I have a question. This doesn't have to do with this problem. It's kind of like okay, so is there questions without the remainder?
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I go in there evenly. So like if I would have done this first problem, right, this problem as long division, there would have been no remainder. The one I factored. And there are some problems that don't have remainders.
Okay.
Most of the ones we're going to be graphing will have no remainders. It's very hard to graph a remainder, if not almost impossible, unless you have a graphing calculator. So, okay. All right, so the next two, I'm going to do a different way. So if you like the long division way, awesome, keep doing that. But the next two, I kind of think for me was kind of new and kind of a little easier. So last class when we did the multiplication, I used a multiplication table, right? So this is dividing with a multiplication table. So we're going to divide with a multiplication table, and here we go. So I don't know how big of a table we're going to need, so I'm just going to draw it this way. But I do know that one side is going to be a 2 by 2 because I have x plus 3. And this is what I want. This right here is the answer. When I get done multiplying my two numbers together, this is the answer that I should get. Weird, right? So I have one number I'm multiplying by, and I have the answer. So I need the other number that I'm multiplying by. That's basically what division is, right? So I know that in my multiplication table that this first box should be 4x cubed. So now I'm just going to kind of work backwards. So what do I multiply x by to get 4x cubed? That would be 4x squared. Okay? So now I need to fill, I should probably change colors. So what do so now I'm going to fill in this bottom box here. So 3 times 4x squared is 12x squared. So I know what my x squared term is. My x squared term ended up being 3x squared. So what do I have to add to 12x squared to get 3x squared? Anybody? Do I have to ask the question again? What do I have to add to 12x squared to get, what do I have to add to this number to get this number? So what do I add to 12x squared to get 3x squared? Yeah, negative, so what goes in this box is negative 9x squared. So now I just start the process over again. What do I multiply x by to get negative 9x squared? Negative 9x. And then negative 9x times 3 is negative 27x. And then I have this term, and I need to get a negative 2x. So what do I add to negative 27x to get negative 2x? 25x. So what do I multiply x by to get 25x is 25. And 25 times 3 is 75. And then, then this is going to be my remainder square. Once I get down to no variables here, the next one is my remainder. So what do I add to 75 to get 1? Negative 74. So my answer for this division problem is 4x squared minus 9x plus 25 minus 74 divided by x plus 3. So basically all I did was multiply and add on this one. Questions? Yeah, nice job, you guys. We're putting answers in the chat box as I'm asking questions. Good job. Okay, I'm going to do this one more time. And then we're going to see how you guys are going to do on your own with this for a little bit. Okay. So now I'm dividing by x plus 2. And the first term I want to get is 2x to the 4th. So what am I multiplying x by to get 2x to the 4th? Well, that would be 2x to the 3rd. And 2 times 2x to the 3rd is 4x to the 3rd. And what do I add to 4x to the 3rd to get 5x to the 3rd? X to the 3rd. So what do I multiply x by to get x to the 3rd? X squared. And x squared times 2 is 2x squared. So what do I add to 2x squared to get 5x squared? 3x squared. And what do I multiply x by to get 3x squared? 3x. And 3x times 2 is 6x. What do I add to 6x to get 10x? 4x? Yeah, 4x. What do I multiply x by to get 4x? That would be 4. And 4 times 2 is 8. Oh. And what do I add to 8 to get 8? Nothing. So I have a remainder of 0 this time. So my answer on this one is 2x to the third plus x squared plus 3x plus 4. Questions? Two different ways to do long division. You can actually do long division, how it was meant to be done. Or there's I guess you want to call it reverse engineering. They call it the box method. Reverse engineering the multiplication box, the multiplications. Okay? So now we have a few problems for you guys to do. Why didn't it go anywhere? Okay, a few problems for you guys to do. A, B, C, and D. Go. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and start doing these because some of you have got them done, even though you haven't got them. Oh, yellow. For question A, I'm going to go over it right now. Okay. So I usually do the squared ones, long division, because it's just really short and easy. So I've got x squared minus 4x minus 14 divided by x minus 9, right? So that's going to be x. And then I get x squared minus 9x. Subtract that. And I should get 5x minus 14. And then multiply by 5. So that would be 5x minus 45. Subtract that. And I should get 31. So plus 31 over x minus 9. Does that make sense? Yes, Conrad, good job. So you got to remember your remainders. Your remainders have to be on there. And I probably spelled the wrong sense, so sorry about that. And then on the second one, I decided to do that with the box. I'm just going to kind of show both ways as we go along here, so you guys can decide which way you like better. So I've got x minus 4 and x cubed. So that's x squared. So this is negative 4x squared. And then how do I get 2x squared? Well, I add 6x to the fourth. 6x squared. Wow. X to the fourth. Okay. 6x squared. So that would give me 6x. And then that's negative 24x. And how do I get negative 5x? I add 19x. So that's 19. And then that's negative 76. And then I need 16, so that's 92. So I get x squared plus 6x plus 19 plus 92 over x minus 4. And then, let's see. I think I did. I don't think. I know I did this one, the long one too, the box way. And so I've got x plus 4, and this is 6x to the fourth. So I multiply by 6x to the cubed, and 6x cubed times 4 is 24x cubed. and I need it to be 14x cubed. So I subtract 10x cubed from that. So 10x cubed minus 24x cubed minus 10x cubed gives me 14x cubed. So what do I multiply what do I multiply by x to get negative 10x cubed? Would be negative 10x squared. And 4 times negative 10x squared is negative 40x squared. So what do I add to negative 40x squared to get, there is no x squared, by the way. Notice no x squared. So what do I add to negative 40x squared to get 0? That would be 40x squared. So what do I multiply x by to get 40x squared? 40x. And 40x times 4 is 160x. Whew. What do I add to 160x to get negative 20x? That would be a negative 180x. So x times, what do I multiply x by to get a negative 180x? Well, a negative 180. And a negative 180 times 4 is negative 720. And then I have my remainder. What do I add to a negative 107? That was not right. What do I add to negative 720 to get negative 44? Well, that would be 676. So that's my remainder. So my answer is 6x cubed minus 10x squared plus 40x minus 180 plus 676 divided by x plus 4. Sorry, I ran out of room there. Oh, wow. Okay, and this one I just did long division because I haven't done it in a while. So I've got, let's see, what have I got? 10b cubed minus 21b squared plus 16b minus 65, all divided by b minus 6. Wow, okay. So 10b squared would give me 10b cubed minus 60b squared, and I subtract those, and I'm going to get 39b squared plus 16b minus 65 when I bring those down. And then I need to multiply by 39b, so that gives me 39b squared minus, 234b, subtract that, and that gives me 250b minus 65. So then I'm going to add 250, so that's 250b, or multiply by 250, so sorry, minus 1500, subtract that, and I should get 1435 as my remainder. So plus 1435 divided by b minus 6. Okay. All right. Awesome. So here's the last few problems. Some of you already have done one. One person attempted 2. Oh, you put them in decimal form. I don't know if it's I don't know in decimal form if that's right. I have it in fraction form. So I'll have to go check and see, Conrad. I have it in decimal form, so I can put mine in decimal form in a minute and see. Oh, okay. Thanks, Clara. I don't know why I didn't think about doing it in decimal form. It would have been so much easier, but I did it all in fractions. Wow. Okay. That's pretty bad. So the one, these ones are just as easy. I mean, you do them exactly the same. If it's divisible by a number that's with x, so 2x minus 1, I'm doing the same thing. I just ask myself, what do I multiply 2x by to get 2x squared? Well, in this case, it would be x. And that's 2x squared minus x. And then I'm subtracting. It's doing exactly the same thing. So this would be negative 4x plus 3. What do I multiply 2x by to get negative 4x? Negative 2. So that's negative 4x plus 2. The whole deal is you want these numbers right here to always be the same, right? And then that's 1. So plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1. Okay. Here's what I got. Are you guys ready for this? It's ugly. It is really, really, really ugly. But you can check to see if the decimals are the same as I do it here. So I got 9. I did this by long division. Plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 9. And 2x minus 3. So this is 9 halves x cubed. So that gives me 9x to the 4th minus 27 halves x cubed. Subtract. That gives me negative 27 halves x cubed plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 9. Whew. Then I'm going to multiply by negative 27 fourths x squared. So that gives me negative 27 halves x cubed plus 81 fourths x squared. Subtract that, and I get negative 61 fourths x squared minus 7x plus 9. And then, so sorry. And then I get negative 61 eighths. Oh, that's not, sorry, you can't really read that. Negative 61 eighths x, which is negative 61 fourths x squared, plus 183 eighths x. Subtract that, and I get negative 239 eighths x plus 9. And then this is negative 239 sixteenths, which gives me negative 239 eighths x plus 717 32nds. Oh, my Lanta. Which gives me a remainder of negative 429 32nds. So it's that answer minus my remainder minus 429 divided by 32 times 2x minus 3. So ugly. Okay. I did not pick that problem. I want you to know that. If I would have done this way before, you guys wouldn't have seen that problem. That was Miss Martinova. Okay. So, yeah, we have 7 minutes left. Can you guys do these two problems in 7 minutes? Oh, no. No. I think my pen is dead. Okay, so, right. I'll make this one long. 3x plus 2, so 9x to the 4th. 3x cubed, so that should be 6x cubed. And what do I add? 6x cubed. What do I add to 6x cubed to get 3x cubed? Well, that would be negative 3x cubed. So this should be negative x squared. Please tell me if I do something wrong because I'm doing this quick. Negative 2x squared. What do I add to negative 2x squared to get 4x squared? 6x squared. So that should be 2x. And so that's 4x. What do I add 4x? Add 4x to get 7x, 3x. So that should be 3. So this is 6. What do I add to 6 to get 2? Negative 4. So 3x cubed minus x squared plus 2x plus 3 minus 4 divided by 3x plus 2. You're welcome, Isaac. Oh, he probably already left, so. Okay, so let's try this both ways. We're going to try it by the box first, and then if we can't do it that way, Conrad, we'll talk about log division, okay? Okay. So we've got 2x squared minus 1. So this is 4x cubed. So what would I multiply that by? So would that be 2x? And then that would be negative 2x. And then, interesting. I think you're right. Oh, hold on. No, I think we might be let me see if we can maybe do this. So now the next term was negative 2x squared. So what would I multiply to get negative 2x squared? Negative x, right?
Negative.
Just negative 2, right?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I don't know why I said that. Negative 1. It's negative 1 up here, right? X squared. So that would be negative 1. So that would be 1 here. I still don't know what. We still got to do something with that, though. That's the whole problem.
I mean, you could do a 2x up top and then make it but it doesn't work. It's can't do it.
Unless we made it a z.
Yeah, but if you make it a 0, there's no way to make it a 2x.
Yeah, I don't think it can be done that way. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you, Conrad. What part of long division don't you understand?
I don't even remember how this
So in what I'm doing, when I do this, which part, so if I do 2x squared minus 1, do you understand when I say, what do I multiply 2x squared by to get 4x cubed? Are you okay with that? It would be 2x. Just 2x, right? And now I'm going to distribute that, right? So just multiply this times this and this times this. So I get 4x cubed minus 2x, right? And then I'm going to subtract it. That's what we do with long division. So the next, it's just the steps that are the same. So then we're going to subtract. So yeah, it's just multiply, divide, multiply, add, subtract. So divide this, right, this into this to get that, then multiply this by that, and then subtract, which is kind of confusing. It is kind of confusing. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm going to get negative 2x squared plus 2x minus 3, because those aren't like terms, right? And this is probably where we're going to figure out how to do the box about it, just so you know. So then I'm going to get negative 1. Oh, duh, I think I might have figured it out, Conrad. So that gives me negative 2x squared plus 1, right? And I subtract that, and I'm going to get 2x plus, minus 4. So my remainder is 2x minus 4 divided by 2x squared minus 1.
Oh, so you just have to.
Yeah, so we just have a bigger reminder. And that's where we were messing up on the box. So that,
Hand to the hand.
yeah, I think we can do it that way.
Oh,
Yep. So,
I'm going right to a word lock.
yeah.